What is up, bros and broettes? It's InkSlasher44, and I'm sorry I didn't make a video last week. I was a little busy house sitting and dog sitting for my grandparents. I was out of town, so I wasn't able to get to making any videos, but that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about the E3 Microsoft press conference. I'm doing this for every press conference except for Nintendo, because theirs isn't really a press conference this year, but we got to get right into this because there's so much to talk about. So, Microsoft came up on stage, and their first thing that they wanted to hit the head on the nail with was saying that this year is all about games because they fucked up so bad last year, talking about only TV and how this was going to work in your house and blah blah blah. But right off the gate they started with Advanced Warfare, and this was pretty interesting because I didn't think that they would lead with Advanced Warfare, a game that comes out at both consoles. I just thought they would lead with more of an exclusive game. But so they led off with that. There was a lot of cool things. You got to see the exoskeleton suits, how they work. I thought you'd be able to jump a lot higher, but you can't. It's more of a just minor improvements to your movements. And after that, they came out with Forza 5. Not Forza 5. Forza Horizon 2, which is an open-world Forza game coming out on September 30th, basically piggybacking on Forza 5, basically open-world, kind of online. It looks cool. I actually kind of look like I would enjoy playing it, but again, basically picking off of Forza 5 and Forza's success as an open-world driving game is basically what it is. Then they came out with Evolve, and they said that DLC will be coming out first for Xbox One, which kind of sucks because I'm a Sony PlayStation player, but Evolve looked really cool. They didn't really show much gameplay, more as they were showing cinematics still. They showed a little bit of gameplay, but not as much as I would have liked to see. And then after that, they came out with, but they talked about Assassin's Creed Unity, which is really cool, and it's going to be during the French Revolution. It's exclusively next gen, which is awesome, which means it looks fantastic, and it did in the trailer that they kind of showed. It looked freaking fantastic. It's co-op, so you can play with your friends now in Assassin's Creed. You can hop in with up to 3 of your friends and play in the same campaign, which is really cool. And like I said, the graphics just looked fantastic. And then next, they came out with Dragon Age Inquisition. Bioware is making this game, and again, Microsoft or Xbox One is going to have content first, which is kind of a increasing theme with everything that they were showing, I think, except for like 4 games that were exclusive. Everything was just they're going to have content first. Next up, they had Sunset Overdrive. Again, this is an exclusive game. They look like they're trying to be kind of funny with it. They have a lot of really neat guns that you don't see. Like they had a fireworks gun, a nuke gun, which is kind of from Fallout, but it was a little different, more cartoony. And then, I don't know why they put this in there, but I guess they had to. Dead Rising 3 arcade game, that's available soon. They just basically took all the Capcom characters, put them in an arcade game. I don't really understand it, but that was in there too. And then next, of course, they talked about Dance Central. I'm not even going to get into that. And after that, they had Fable Legends, which was kind of interesting. I think what's going on with this is that they're just trying to basically leech off the success of Fable and kind of doing this co-op game where you can also play as the villain, as like this overhead strategy kind of game. Definitely not going to be the same as the Halo, not going to have that in-depth story. I don't even know if it's really an RPG, more of just an arcade co-op game. And then after that, they came out with Project Spark, which is definitely an interesting game, but they had this out there last year too, and it looked like they were just kind of advertising the same thing, which is kind of an ongoing theme with this year's. Like, we already knew about a lot of this stuff. We knew about Evolve, Assassin's Creed, we knew about Dragon Age Inquisition. Later, we're going to talk about The Witcher 3. That one we already knew about too. So yeah, Project Spark is what they did next, and then they talked about this game. I've never heard of this one before, Ori and the Blind Forest. It looked like a indie game, interesting. And then after that, they had their big announcement. They had their Halo Master Chief Collection. Now this is basically Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 put into one collection. Every single multiplayer map and game mode, well, they didn't say game mode, but I'm assuming every single map that they had in all those games, the exact same way they had them in that games. They didn't remake them, which is kind of interesting if you ask me. I would have preferred if they remade them, I think. And also with the Halo Master Chief Collection. It comes with Halo Nightfall, which is a TV show, I believe, which they said they weren't going to talk about, and they did, and Halo 5 Beta. So that's pretty cool. This winter you can be playing the Halo 5 Beta if you buy that, which is actually more interesting to me than anything they announced, because I thought they would talk a lot more about Halo 5. I was kind of disappointed. Okay. After that, they got into indie games, really in-depth. Well, not in-depth, but they talked about ID at Microsoft, and basically that's independent developers. They basically just really quickly showcased everyone in these games for 2 seconds. I think they should have gone in-depth more into 3 games instead of just really quickly snapping screenshots onto the screen. So then after that, my favorite announcement from this, Tomb Raider. The new one's called Rise of the Tomb Raider. This game had amazing graphics. As soon as it started, they didn't announce that it was Tomb Raider right away. My jaw dropped about how their knuckles, the person's knuckles in the trailer was just, they were so in depth, and it was awesome. It looked awesome. Looking forward to that game. I don't think they gave a release date, but Rise of the Tomb Raider looks awesome. Witcher 3 was what they talked about next. This game looks really interesting to me. Again, it's not an exclusive game. Neither is Tomb Raider, which I really think they made a mistake by putting too many non-exclusives into their press conference. But nonetheless, talked about Witcher 3, showed off some gameplay. Looks really interesting to me. I'm definitely going to get that game. But after that, they talk about Phantom Dust. I've never heard of this. They said it's a remake. I had no idea what this game was. When they first did the trailer, it looked like it was going to be Tron with characters in it. It was just really weird. You're probably all going to make fun of me because I don't know this game, but what can I say? I didn't know it. And then after that, another really interesting game, The Division. They talked about it. The new content is first on the Xbox One. This game is going to be released in 2015. They didn't give a date. But again, Division looks great. It looks like they're doing everything in-game. It's going to be a co-op post-apocalyptic game, which is awesome. That's kind of a new kind of thing, the co-op post-apocalyptic. We had Fallout 3 before, which wasn't co-op. So I think that's kind of what they're aiming for, co-op version of that kind of game. And then after that, the 2 games that are both exclusives. They talked about Scalebound. I don't really know what it is. It looks like a sword kind of medieval game where you fight dragons and stuff. And then the thing they talked about was Crackdown. And they said really quickly that it was going to be an open world game. So all of these things are really interesting to me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think there was a lot of really good announcements, but at the same time, I think they should have focused more on exclusive games and not games that they're just getting downloadable content first. If you ask me, that's just what I'm saying. I think they left it open for Sony to really take the show if they have exclusives like Uncharted 4. I think there might be an announcement by Rockstar at Sony's press conference, but I'm just guessing. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to get this out to you as soon as possible. So if you could please leave a like rating, that would be fantastic. And until next, video on the left side of the screen is me talking about the new Battlefield game, Battlefield Hardline. Video on the right side of the screen is the MK14 best class in Call of Duty Ghost. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, guys, peace out.